Hi, I'm Dr. Stanga, and today we're going to be talking about root causes. More and more people are becoming aware of what functional medicine is, and that's amazing. But with that comes a lot of questions. Oftentimes, patients have maybe been to other functional medicine practitioners and they want a better understanding of the approach that I take when working with a patient. And so I've come up with a system that I feel like works really well, and it addresses almost any complaint or issue that a person is coming in to see me with, whether it be brain-based symptoms or digestive symptoms, or even chronic illnesses that nobody can really give you an answer to. I found that the 4 root causes that I address ultimately will address any of those symptoms that I mentioned. And so for me, one of the biggest root causes that is oftentimes overlooked with other doctors is going to be the brain. Science is proving every day how important emotional and mental health is in conjunction with your physical health. We know that when the brain is stuck in a chronic state of fight or flight, any type of past stressors or trauma that you've been exposed to can cause the brain to become dysregulated and stuck in a fight or flight mode. And when that happens, it affects your immune system, it affects your hormones, it causes your body to be in a chronic state of stress. And if we don't look at that and we don't address that, then nothing else that we will do will matter. So that's one of the first root causes that we look at, is the brain. The second root cause is going to be chronic infections and immune system dysregulation. Again, I feel like this is a really overlooked aspect within functional medicine. It a lot of times gets overlooked with patients. But what I found is that when the body is in a chronic state of stress, that causes the immune system to weaken. And with that, chronic infections can flare up. Some of the most common chronic infections that I see are Epstein-Barr virus. Almost anyone who's coming in with some type of a hormonal dysregulation, especially the thyroid, the first place I'm going to look is chronic Epstein-Barr virus. Oftentimes I see Lyme and Lyme disease's co-infections. Again, this is overlooked so often because it can be rather difficult to test for this with conventional methods. But with the methods that I use, I find it time and time again, it ends up being a big root cause to people's mystery illnesses and symptoms. Other things that I see often are going to be cytomegalovirus, herpes viruses, mycoplasma. There's over 30 different infections that I at times will test for that can be the root cause to somebody's chronic illness. And so that is root cause number 2, is chronic infections and immune system dysregulation. That brings us to root cause number 3. And this is where we finally address the gut and the microbiome. Again, this is big within functional medicine, and so I know most people are coming in with an understanding of wanting to address their gut. But understand that that's root cause number 3, and so we would only look there after the other 2 have been addressed. But with that, we'll look at the gut, we'll look at some of the most common disruptions that we see in the gut, looking at dysbiosis, looking at H. pylori, looking at chronic pathogens and parasites. And oftentimes, these types of things will then lead to deficiencies. So that's something else that we'll look at, is chronic deficiencies. The last root cause number 4, is going to be toxicity. And so in this scenario, sometimes people come in with overloads of certain toxins. It could be heavy metal, it could be pesticide exposure. I don't even typically always address this last one with every single person, because oftentimes the first 3 root causes, when we address those, it's enough to help the person heal and overcome their symptoms. But the final thing that I'll look at if we're still struggling with chronic illness would be toxicity. I hope that this helps you on your journey with functional medicine. I know that there's lots of different approaches, but that's the approach that I take that I find works really, really well because it really addresses the true root causes of chronic illness. And like always, please share this video. There's always somebody out there who needs this information. Thanks for watching.